but will expand. Child welfare workers say they're still on the street visiting homes, checking up on complaints about child abuse, complaints that may be down. Our Courtney Gross takes a look at what that might mean.
The playgrounds are empty, as are the schools. Children are now stuck in their homes, and in some cases, it's not safe.
Is it a fear to go out with the virus going on? Absolutely, there is a fear. But in the long run, we were hired to do a job. We have to make sure that the children are safe in their homes and in their environment.
These two child protective specialists are following up on complaints of child abuse. They are part of an emergency service unit and often see the most severe cases of neglect and abuse across the city.
The volume has definitely changed with the cases. It shifted more to how the summer is usually ran. Usually we get, 4 cases a night, 5 cases, sometimes 8 cases in a night. Where now we're seeing more like 1, 2 cases as opposed to before.
Officials say those numbers fluctuate, but their job is now especially difficult, trying to protect children in the midst of a pandemic.
In most cases, what we do try to do is go to the home and have the family bring the children to the door so that we can do the visual at the door. And then later, like after we see the children, we will make a phone contact to try to interview the family that way. So then there's less contact between us.
It is very challenging. I think all of us in healthcare and human services are challenged now to carry out our responsibilities under circumstances that none of us could have envisioned even a month ago. And we've had to adapt to that.
The numbers aren't in yet.
You have reached the New York statewide Child Abuse and Maltreatment Hotline.
But sources say complaints to the state child abuse hotline are down. Perhaps that's because adults like teachers and daycare workers who often report abuse are now not seeing kids. The city is also now less likely to be in court.
Of course, because reports are down initially. So, yes, I think the number of cases that we are filing in court and taking that kind of emergency action has come down as a result of the pandemic.
Is that concerning?
It's not necessarily concerning, but as I say, we want to make sure that all children are safe. And so that's why we're working very closely with all the other folks and systems that have eyes on children to make sure that if they see anything of concern, they report it to the state hotline so that we can initiate an investigation.
There are far fewer eyes on those children in the age of COVID-19.
If you believe that it takes a village to raise a child, which I do, and that the more adults with hands and eyes on the children in our communities, the better, what happens when all the doors in the village are shut and there is no ability for that additional oversight and care to be provided by trusted adults in our community?
For now, it might not be up to a village. It's up to them. Courtney Gross, New York 1.
Time for a short break. Don't forget, you can always follow us on Twitter. Stay with us for more news.